Hey Parker, it's the 21st. So as you know, I probably spend way more time on the internet than I should, and funnily enough, pretty much every time you go on the internet, there's always someone complaining about how technology is ruining everything. It goes on and on. I can't even come up with all of the arguments I have seen against technology and the internet. And social media especially. A lot of people say that we spend too much of our lives on social media. We put way too much on social media. We don't have a concept of privacy anymore, and in some ways I definitely do agree with this. But there are some times when the internet gets it right, when social media just hits it out of the ballpark and everything is amazing and awesome. For example, in the news the past couple of days, there has been a large story coming about the Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, as you remember, the Ice Bucket Challenge was a big internet phenomena last summer, summer of 2014, in which people dumped ice water on themselves, and people also donated large amounts of money to the various foundations that were researching Lou Gehrig's disease and other such muscular dystrophy things. And so, awesomely enough, there has been a breakthrough. We have found a protein that seems to be connected, and it doesn't work in many of the patients who have Lou Gehrig's disease, and this spells amazing things for the potential treatment and slowing down of Lou Gehrig's disease. Because, as we all know, it is a very debilitating disease in some cases, in pretty much all cases. I'm not an expert on it by any means. And so a lot of people last summer were complaining about how the Ice Bucket Challenge was making people feel a false sense of accomplishment for dumping a bucket of ice water on their heads and not really accomplishing anything. This obviously isn't the case, as last summer, there were approximately 20 times the amount of donations that they had the previous year. And so that's pretty dang amazing in my opinion. And so this shows that social media is not bad, because the Ice Bucket Challenge would not have become anywhere near the phenomena it was without Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and that sort of thing, obviously. There are other instances in which social media it helps. For example, the hashtags he for she, yes all women, ask her more, and Black Lives Matter are all hashtags that have brought forth more awareness and more support and more giving voices to the people who might not necessarily be able to speak their own opinion otherwise. And another particular instance in which I believe social media was used for good, it became such a valuable tool, is in the initial onslaught of the Ferguson riots, and in which police often weren't letting traditional media sources in past barricades, so they couldn't get any coverage on what was going on, and pretty much the entire nation was gripped on what was happening. We wanted to know. And social media was awash with pictures and videos from protesters in the riots, talking on Twitter and showing what's going on. And that's another instance in which social media has become an invaluable tool. As you also know, the movement Black Lives Matter is often not captured by traditional media outlets. It's often first publicized and brought attention to on non-traditional outlets, like Twitter, especially on Twitter. This is the amazing thing I love about social media. It gives a voice to the people who do not necessarily have a voice in traditional media outlets. And getting these hashtags trending, these aren't the people who are going to be on CNN and Fox News and MSNBC. They're the people who tweet. All of these movements can potentially reach someone who had an opinion and potentially they were swayed one way or the other. And any education and experience and broadening your horizons and listening to other people's arguments is good in my opinion. It makes it that much easier for everyone to form their own opinion. And so, Parker, that is why I love social media. I love all the social media movements. So, Parker, I'm gonna be getting your sunshine on a cloudy day together. DFTBA, stay super. I love your videos regardless of whether or not they're pre-recorded. They're still from you and they're still amazing. I've gotta go, so bye! Woo!